How you doing? I'm
All
Cal and
right.
this is Slap
Let's
Cam.
skip
So
you
today we've got something
during
a little bit
cryptid
special for
reviews.
you. It's a bit of bonus content for the week. It's a massive
All
compilation
right.
of some scary cryptid and monster sightings. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Okay, now please make it really scary. I would appreciate that. Slapped ham. This
This
guy is
scary
good, like
photo was
Noob's top
uploaded to
5.
Reddit in 2018 with the title Utah
Utah
Skinwalker
skinwalker.
Sighting. The
No,
poster
that just
claims
looks
that
like
the
a
photo
blob.
was taken by their friend's ex-husband. They said the ex-husband and his
Well,
father were
there's your first
trespassing on
problem.
a rural property to check out the scene of a supposed drug-related shootout that had taken place some weeks earlier. It's alleged that they were approached by a man with a shotgun who warned them with a shaking voice that they shouldn't be alone on this part of the property. He fired off a warning
Really?
shot into the air and told them to clear off. The ex-husband and the father ran as fast as they could down a dusty driveway. They used the flash on their camera to light up the way. As they ran, several photos were accidentally taken. These images would remain unchecked for some time.
Well, how
Finally,
long is
several
some
weeks
time?
later, when they regaled friends and family
Oh,
of the
weeks.
bizarre encounter, they decided to check if the camera had taken any pictures as they ran.
Now
The
you
photos
decided
picked
to
up
check?
something truly eerie. In the middle of the road, you can see a humanoid figure. It's brown and bulky with a very thick torso. It looks to be somewhat hunched, as if it's lumbering across the road.
No, that's
As the
probably
title
just
of the Reddit post suggests, the poster believes it could
a
be
trick
evidence
of
of
the
the
light
infamous
or
Skinwalker.
something. No.
In Native American culture, skinwalkers are believed to be witches or shamans that practice dark magic. It's said that they
Oh.
possess the ability to disguise themselves as animals. These witches are thought to
Oh,
be evil,
shapeshifter?
indulging in sinister ceremonies to control malevolent powers. While it's known that pop culture has twisted the idea of
not
the
good.
skinwalker into an over-the-top horror cliché, indigenous tribes,
Right.
specifically the Navajo people, have remained tight-lipped about this mysterious entity. Could this photo hint at the ancient shape-shifting witches that are said to
No.
have been haunting America for
No.
centuries? Fellow
I
Redditors
think that's
analyzed the image and
just
found that there was
no.
no evidence of Photoshop
That's
tampering.
just lighting, or there's some kind
Considering
of
the
bush or
backstory of the
something in the
shotgun-wielding
way,
guard, several
and that's
commenters
just
thought
how
the
the
figure
light
could be
is
someone
hitting it.
wearing a
All
ghillie
weird.
suit, an outfit used by hunters to blend in with their
Yeah,
surroundings.
could be that too.
So what do you think? Is it a skinwalker, camouflaged hunter,
No.
or possible glitch in the
No.
camera? Love to hear your opinions
Possible.
on this one in the comments section below. In this YouTube video captured in northern British Columbia, one YouTuber, Echo Heart
Creepy hand
Media,
knocks
proved
over
that you don't have
security
to capture
camera.
the entire body for a cryptid sighting to be terrifying. This footage comes from a CCTV security camera that was set up on a vacation property. The manager of the property had long been
Right,
noticing that
okay,
things were moved without
but
explanation or even destroyed.
maybe
They
that's
also
the
found
kind
unusual
of,
prints around the property that
I
didn't
mean, if
appear
you
to
want
belong
to
to any
advertise
human
your
or animal
vacation
they had
property
ever
as
seen.
haunted,
They set up the cameras
sure,
in
you'd
hope
put
of
stuff like that
identifying
up.
the culprit. It seems that whoever was causing the mischief around the property didn't like the idea of being filmed. In the footage, we see a hand reach up to where
See,
the
this is the
security
thing.
camera is placed,
Why
groping
wouldn't it
around
be a
for the
person
camera.
then? It's just a person.
At first, it seems to be a normal human hand. However, if you look closely, something about it seems off. First of all,
Well,
the
it's
hand
got,
seems small, almost as if it belongs to a child. In addition, the hand only has 3 fingers.
oh, well, okay, that's an issue.
To make matters even more strange, it doesn't
Okay,
appear
so
as
the
if
person
hand has
doesn't
been
want to be
mutilated in
seen
any
because they're
way.
maybe
Instead,
disfigured.
it looks like the hand was meant to only have 3 fingers. After groping around for a few seconds, the hand reaches violently for the camera, covering the lens with its palm. The creature grabs the camera and tears it down, never giving us a glimpse of its face, leaving its existence a complete
Okay,
mystery.
so then, okay, it doesn't want to be seen. It's intelligent to know what a camera is, where a camera is, how to turn a camera down to
YouTuber
not be
Freddie C
seen.
was not prepared for
So
the
it's
scary
got some
encounters that he would
intelligence.
face when making an innocent video
I
for his
mean,
YouTube channel.
what are
He
the
and a
chances it's
companion
just
set
a
out
human
into the
being
woods
that
one
doesn't want to
night
be
looking to
discovered?
capture and document some of the creepy crawly creatures that come out when
It's a
things get
possibility.
dark. After hunting for a while, the pair hadn't had much luck. so they
I don't think
decide
it's
to
a
call it
ghost
a night.
or anything
In
like
the
that,
video, we see
because
them beginning to document the few
I don't think a
insects they
ghost would
did
have any
manage to
reason to
find
give
that
two
night,
craps about a
when they
camera
suddenly hear the sound of a nearby
or what
branch snapping.
pictures or videos they're taking of it.
The camera pans up towards the source of the noise. The camera's light reveals what appears to be a wolf man peering out from behind a nearby tree.
Where do you get Wolfman out of that?
The two boys quickly bolt away
You're...
from the creature. We
No.
hear them discussing what it was they saw, but they're unable to come up with an answer.
Of course
Did
you can't,
frenzy
because you
really
can't
capture
tell what you
evidence of a
saw.
werewolf stalking in this forest?
No. No. No.
In July 2011, YouTuber Holobible managed to capture some sort of creepy creature on camera after hearing scary sounds coming from the woods near his house in Oregon. After walking
Oregon,
for
huh?
some distance, he eventually spots an unusual beast crouching in the long grass. As the YouTuber speaks to the camera, his
Yeah,
voice
but I've
startles
seen
the
that one
creature, who
before.
immediately turns to look at him. Its eyes look as though they're glowing in the darkness
Yeah,
as
that's
they
just a
reflect the
person
camera's
just
light.
crouched over there
If you slow the
playing
footage
jokes
down,
on
you can
you.
see that the creature appears to be some sort of humanoid. It has smooth, hairless skin and a large dome-shaped head.
How do you know it's
It also
hairless?
looks as though it's crouched over something, possibly a
Could be light
carcass
hair.
from which it's feeding. Clearly spooked by what he's
It's
just
like he's
witnessed,
bent
Holobible
over.
runs for safety, and the video abruptly ends.
Like someone who's curled over their knees in the grass.
Because of its similar appearance to an alien grey, many viewers have thought that this YouTuber had spotted a being from another world, while others
I
drew
doubt it.
comparisons to the rake, as well as several
No.
other forest-dwelling cryptids. While the footage does appear to show some type of creepy creature, the poor video
No.
quality makes it difficult to know for sure.
Right? So how can you
Unfortunately,
say it
without
shows a
further
creepy creature
information,
when
we
it's
may never
poor
know what it
video
is
quality?
this YouTuber caught lurking in the woods behind his house.
Somebody playing a game with you. Or you playing a game with other people.
Some videos capture the strange
Ah,
creatures almost seem
most
to pay tribute
infamous.
to the original Bigfoot footage that started it all. Such is the case with this video uploaded to the Smithsonian Magazine's YouTube channel. Captured
That's
in
hard to
2000,
see
the video
from
titled
here.
Dave Shealy's 2000 Skunk Ape footage
Oh.
displays an odd human-sized figure walking in the distance, reminiscent of the
Well,
original
you can't really
Bigfoot
see
footage.
because it's blocking the damn trees. Oh.
In fact, the massive furry
What?
creature is sometimes known as Florida's Bigfoot.
Really? Florida
As
has
Dave
something
Shealy
like that?
proclaims himself to be the skunk ape expert, he's made a name for himself by tracking down this elusive creature. Named for both its ape-like
Right.
size as well as its
Oh,
skunk-like foul
okay.
odor, the skunk ape has
So of
notoriously
course he
been
would have
spotted
some
running
kind
on
of
two
footage
legs through Dade
like
County
this.
in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Shealy's insistence as to the creature's existence, as well as the footage he's captured, form a crucial piece of evidence. Some entities,
Oh, what a
such
bunch
as
of
the
crap.
United States National Park Service, refuse to acknowledge
Nah.
the existence of the skunk ape, calling it a hoax. Some even claim
Probably
that the reported
is.
sightings must have been those of a black bear, although the footage Shealy captured is almost certainly not
Well,
that
that
of a
does
bear.
not look like a black bear.
In fact, Dave Shealy
Oh.
claims to have first sighted the skunk ape when he was just 10 years old, describing what he saw as a child as a man but completely covered with hair. Shealy
Really?
has since dedicated years of his life to tracking down the skunk ape he saw and its possible other relatives. Since
That
then,
might be
Shealy
one
has
of those
claimed to have seen
obsessive
the skunk
things
ape
that you
on at
want
least
to
3
believe
other
so bad
occasions, going so far as to start a skunk ape
that you
research
make
headquarters,
videos
dubbing himself the Jane
to back
Goodall
up
of
what you
skunk
believe.
apes. Too large in stature to be anything but a human-like ape creature, believers of the skunk ape point to Shealy's footage as important evidence of Bigfoot's spiritual successor.
Spiritual successor?
In
I don't know.
2008, two
That's
friends
just
captured
too
this
easy
unsettling
to
video while
put
exploring
someone
an
in a
abandoned
suit and
house
have
in
them
an
go
unknown location.
walking across
The
the
house
grassy
itself is old and
terrain
believed by many to be
100
haunted.
yards away from
What
you,
these
so
two see
you
inside
get
is
footage,
far
but
worse
it's
than
not
any
super good
ghost.
footage, so you
As
can't
one of the
tell.
explorers opens the front
Really,
door,
really
some
well.
sort of creature rushes towards
Suspicious.
them from out of the darkness. The creature, which appears
That's
to move
not
on
a
all
creature, that's
fours,
just a
almost looks as though
person.
it was waiting for the boys to enter the mansion. The pair run for their lives as the beast lunges towards them. While the creature appears to be
Whatever.
human, it moves more like an animal, It lets out a ferocious squeal similar to a wild pig as it rushes forward. What could this bizarre
That's
creature actually
just
be? Is it a
no.
human or is it some sort of animal? In
It's
the
a
comments
person.
section below, let us know what you think it was that chased these
It's a
boys from
person.
the abandoned house.
What better to scare? I wonder
In
how
July
young these boys
2016,
were.
an unsettling
What
clip
better
was
way to
uploaded
scare
to
people
Last
away
Leap Studios' YouTube
than
channel
stick with
that
the
shows one of
lore
the
of the
creepiest things ever
area?
caught on video. The
Pretend
footage,
like you're
which was
some
captured in
creature.
Kiev, Ukraine, appears to show some sort of
Oh,
creature
I've seen
hanging
this one
underneath the
before. I
bridge.
don't think it's a creature. It's just
As
a,
the beast makes
well,
its way
creature
towards a
as
lighted
in
area
somebody
underneath
other
the
than a human
structure,
being. And
its
it's
size
just
and shape
a
suddenly
human
becomes
being
apparent.
just
It
crawling
appears
under.
to resemble some sort of
Excuse me.
humanoid or very large
You know
ape,
those people
and
who are like
moves in a similar fashion to a sloth,
super
only much
acrobats and stuff, and they
faster.
can like scale the
However, if
sides
you
of
zoom
buildings
in,
and
you can
everything.
actually
It's
see
probably
that it
just
moves
somebody
both of
like
its
that.
rear legs at the same
That's
time,
all.
as if pulling itself along the railing. When the clip first surfaced, many thought that the creature had to be some sort of ape that had escaped a nearby zoo.
No,
However, several cryptid enthusiasts have since suggested that the beast appears to be far larger than any known animal.
no, it
What
doesn't.
do you think this bizarre creature is? Could it be some sort of large animal, possibly even an escaped pet, or is it something
I
else
doubt it.
entirely?
No, it's just a person. Just a human being
This
crawling
video,
along the
uploaded to Jay
underside.
Frasina's YouTube channel in June 2009, supposedly shows a creepy creature climbing the walls inside a 100-million-year-old ice cavern. The
Really?
cave, which is located near the town of Hallstatt,
Well,
Austria,
if you're
can be
in there
accessed
taking
via a
footage
cable
of it,
car,
other people are
followed
going to
by a
be in
short
there
hike.
too. So maybe
As
it's
the
just
YouTuber
another
enters the
person.
cavern, they begin to film various ice formations. And as they
Cool,
ascend a flight of stairs, you can see dozens of
Look at
icicles
that.
hanging from the ceiling. As they continue deeper into the cave, it becomes noticeably darker. Suddenly, the camera holder spots something climbing on one of the walls. At first, he thinks it could be a person as he zooms in to get a better look. Then, he can be heard saying that he thinks it could be a ghost. He continues filming the creature until it disappears out of
Maybe.
sight.
Are you sure it's not a lizard or
If you
something?
slow the footage down, you can see that the creature appears to have a humanoid body structure. However, it seems to move in a manner similar to that of a frog or toad.
Maybe that's
The
just
clip
what
has
it is,
baffled
some
many
kind of
experts
frog
who are
or
at a
toad.
loss to explain how the creature is able to withstand the freezing temperatures within the cave.
Maybe
Could it be
it's
possible that
because
this
it's that
YouTuber
kind
has
of a
actually
creature
discovered
that's
some sort of
adapted to
strange
that
creature that has so far
environment.
managed to elude scientific classification? Unfortunately,
I
without
mean,
further
totally
information, we
possible.
may never learn the truth behind this mysterious video.
Interesting. That's an interesting one.
Webcams are another bit of technology that makes it even easier to capture fascinating, scary videos. This
Right?
video, submitted to
People
YouTube by
standing behind
Alpenini's
you.
Severo, was shot
Ghosts
while a
popping up
webcam user
behind
was
you.
interacting with others on the internet. What starts out as a light-hearted day on the web quickly turns sinister. As the man
Oh,
chats
yeah?
with his friends, there's a dark doorway visible behind him. A few seconds into the
A
video, a
dark
strange
doorway?
creature appears in the doorway. The video's
That
too
doesn't
blurry
look
to
like a
make out
strange
much about the
creature. It
creature,
just
but
looked
it
like
seems to crouch as it
a
peeks through the
person.
door to look at the man.
This
One of the
looked
man's
like a
friends
person
watching on
was
the
sitting
webcam
there
alerts him to the
for a
creature's
minute and
presence,
then
and just as he turns around to see what they're talking
like
about, the
crouched
creature
down for a moment
disappears.
and peeked around the
It's
corner a
difficult to
little bit.
discern if it ducks back through the doorway or simply
That looks like
disappears
a
into
person.
thin air. Either way, the man is unable to find
So
any
maybe
traces of the weird
your
creature when he goes
camera
to
accidentally
investigate,
recorded
leaving this
over
strange
something
webcam
else.
video a
I
mystery.
think that's just a camera issue.
This is some unsettling footage purported to be filmed in a remote Romanian zoo. In 2014, it's thought that a backpacker who was travelling through rural Romania found out about a secretive farm that is run by illegal traffickers.
That's kind of pretty.
The heavily guarded property allegedly
I like that
houses
old look.
exhibits that the general public don't know about or don't want to know about. Somehow, the backpacker managed to smuggle a camcorder onto the property to film one of the exhibits.
Oh yeah?
The footage begins with the backpacker explaining that the zoo is housing some
Out
sort
in
of
the open.
deformed
So how the hell
animal
did you
caged
smuggle
up
it
in one
in?
of the sheds.
If
Things go black
I mean,
as
look
he
at
makes
the
his
shot
way
right
through a
there. You're
crowd
out
of
in the open.
people. They're all gathered around a cell
What do they got?
sealed
One
off with
security
thick
guard and he's
steel
totally not
bars.
paying attention
You
to
can hear
you?
the crowd ogling at something. Finally, a gap appears between the two people and we get a glimpse of some kind of humanoid creature.
Yeah,
It moans wildly as it
I've
stumbles
seen that
forward.
before.
Someone yells, the crowd heaves backward in
So it's
horror as the
either
creature
someone
is
in a
fully
suit
revealed. It looks to be a
that's
deformed
really
monster,
ridiculous,
disfigured and kept against its will.
a
The
hilarious
footage
suit,
cuts to
or
black and we're
maybe
left
it's
wondering what
a
we've just
human
witnessed.
who is just
No one
terribly
has been able to
disfigured.
explain this footage. A lot of people hope the
I'm
video
sure
is
there's
fake, but there's a
explanations,
realness
but you
to it
just
that
don't
makes
want
for a
them.
really unsettling
Most likely one
experience.
is a
Are there
disfigured
really
human
underground
being
zoos in
that's
Eastern Europe that house
being held
unfathomable
captive.
creatures like this? Love to hear your opinion in the comments section below.
Being held captive for reasons of
One
making
featured in
money
this
in
video, uploaded
a
to
zoo
YouTube
or
by
a
channel
carnival.
Kiwi TV, is truly
The heck
unlike
is
anything
that?
we've seen before, and it's clear the person capturing the video felt the same way. Featuring an odd marine
What?
creature captured on video in a Chinese river, this short clip is worth
It looks like
considerable
a
study.
ginormous pike.
Featuring a creature similar in size and stature to an alligator or crocodile, this creature's long, protruding
Look at
snout
that.
and unique facial structure makes it clear that it's neither. While one user asserts that the creature is a river dolphin, these creatures usually have
Yeah,
snouts that protrude further out from
that
their
kind of
faces
looks like it.
and
Well,
bodies that more closely
maybe
resemble
the
dolphins
water
that
has
live in
been
the ocean.
polluted, and so the
More
dolphin is
eel-like than
jacked
other
up.
common amphibians, while being impressive in size,
That
this
really
creature's
doesn't look
overall
like a
makeup
dolphin. It
has
looks
us
more like a
stumped as to what it could be. Love to hear
kind
your
of
thoughts on
more
this
like a
one in the comment
pike,
section below.
pike/alligator. That's an interesting one.
Uploaded to YouTube by user Jack Heath, this video captures one of many strange creatures that are unlike anything seen before. While the previously noted aquatic creature on this list had at least
Yeah,
some qualities
that one
of
right
other
there's an
water-dwelling
interesting
animals
one.
to compare it to, this creature on the other hand is so unique that it has no other animal even similar to it. The video begins with the camera holder filming a pleasant waterside scene. Several people are heard in the background. Suddenly, a bizarre creature rises from the darkness of the water. From what is visible of the creature,
What?
it is longer than the average fish, but smaller than most sea mammals. Aside from its long reptilian face
It
and
looks like a
protruding
koi.
whiskers, most of what is visible of the creature is what seems to be its
That's
spine.
what it looks like to me. Looks like a koi.
Aside from these few distinct features, the general shape of the creature is unknown. However, what is shown in the video is enough to confirm that it's unlike anything we've seen before.
I
leaving
think
both the video's uploader and the
the
comment
bottom
section
part of it is
completely
darkly
stumped.
colored, and there's shadow there, so you can't see the full. It makes it look like it's a long,
Abandoned
skinny neck,
hospitals
but
are
it's
often
not
fruitful
really. I
sites
think
for
that was
ghostly
just nothing but a
encounters,
fish.
but evidently they're excellent for cryptid sightings as well. In this YouTube video posted by John Edmonds, a group of urban explorers decides to investigate the abandoned Overbrook Asylum at the Essex County Hospital in Cedar Grove, New Jersey in the United States. The facility has a
Jersey.
history of cruel and barbaric mental health practices such as
Great.
lobotomies and electroshock therapy,
And you're
among
gonna go
many
and visit
others,
there.
leading many to believe that restless and angry spirits lurk in the rundown
Well,
hallways.
you never know.
However, these explorers came across something they weren't expecting. As they examine one of the rooms, they hear a strange screeching noise.
You know, it is what it is.
An owl?
They turn the camera just in time to capture a strange and terrifying
What?
four-legged creature running toward them.
No.
The creature is in shadows, making it difficult to discern any distinguishing features other than its long, gangly limbs.
And there's all kinds of stuff laying around there. Pick
The
something up
explorers
and
run
use
from
it
the
as
building
a
quickly
weapon.
after spotting it, too terrified to linger in its path.
How many of you are there? 2?
Viewers of
3?
the footage have suggested that the scary creature is most likely a pale crawler. Accounts of these lesser-known cryptids typically
you can't
describe it as an
really
elongated
tell
humanoid
what it
creature
is.
with long, thin limbs.
It
Often,
really
when
just
people
looks
first
like
spot
just
them,
a
they think they're simply
person
tall,
crouching
naked
down doing
humans.
that.
Typically, pale crawlers are at least 7 feet tall. However,
Really?
witnesses quickly realize that their bodies are oddly elongated, as if someone took a human body and stretched it out to bizarre proportions. In addition, sometimes pale crawlers have glowing eyes and sharp teeth, and are always described as having pale grey or white skin. Clearly, these
So
are not human qualities. They seem to be more
maybe they're
frightening than overtly
aliens,
threatening, at least so far.
not ghost spirits or demons. Just
This
aliens.
creepy video was uploaded to Bloodzac 12's YouTube channel in November 2016. As he and a friend are out investigating an unknown forest, they stumble upon a pile of soiled
Okay,
blankets
well, why are you
that
out
have a strange
investigating
mask
late
sitting
at
on
night?
top. The pair continue down the path, and
Why are
it's
you
not long
touching
before
that?
they spot another mask. This time it's hanging from a
Ew.
tree. As they
Don't
move
you
in
touch
for a
that?
closer look, the camera holder notices something moving in the bushes.
The hell, do you see that over there?
Suddenly, a
Yes,
large
I
figure
do.
jumps out from behind the grass. Scared, the boys make a dash for safety, and the video mysteriously
Man,
ends.
pick up something and swing it.
While it's more than likely that the masked figure seen lurking in the grass was a human, it's unclear whether or not the boys knew who it was. Several skeptics thought that the video felt
Well,
staged,
if
and that
you are the
masked figure was
person
more than
playing that
likely just a
joke,
friend of the
you are
boys.
taking a big risk, because
However, some
if
viewers
whoever you're
suggested that
doing
it
that
could
to
have been a devil
decides
worshipper
to
or
stand
occultist
and fight,
who was
they're
in
going
the
to end
middle
up
of
kicking your
performing some
ass.
sort of sinister
And then you're going to have
ritual.
no one but yourself to blame,
It was
because you
also
were trying to
noted that
play
the
a mean
mask
joke
worn
on
by the
somebody,
mysterious figure closely resembled
and
the
you
type
thought they would
often
turn
worn
and
by
run, and they
spirits
did not.
demons
They
depicted
stood
in
and fought.
Japanese folklore. If this was the case, then these boys might have been in more danger than they originally thought.
No,
So what do you think was wearing the mask? Could it have been a
just
devil
a person.
worshipper, a demon,
Nope.
or was it all just
Nope.
likely to be an elaborate hoax for the camera?
Yeah, that could be.
Sasquatch, Yeti, Bigfoot, whatever you call this mysterious cryptid, you
Real
can't deny that
grand.
footage of these creatures has captivated the world since
Really?
the Patterson-Gimlin film made waves in 1967. For many, this video, posted by True Horror Stories of Texas and Twisted Video, serves as
True
another
Horror
piece of
Stories of
irrefutable
Texas.
evidence that the Bigfoot walks among us.
Yeah,
The
Texas
video
has its
appears to
horror
have been
stories,
shot from
doesn't
a
it?
boat sailing along the Rio Grande River in Texas. The footage shows scenic views of the water and riverbed before the man holding the camera spots an animal drinking water alongside the river.
Where?
The creature is brown and furry, and its size
Where?
makes the man think it's a dog at
You
first.
can't even
Then the
tell.
creature stands up.
It's just a blob.
Apparently, the alleged Sasquatch has
What?
been squatting down to drink from the river before standing to reveal its full height.
Oh,
The men in the
interesting.
boat are shocked when they see the humanoid creature watching them. They don't dare get any closer, but that doesn't stop viewers from
Maybe
being
it's one of
convinced that this
those
is indeed
people who
footage of
has
the
that
elusive Sasquatch.
disorder where their hair grows all over their bodies.
According to Reddit user Amateur Laps, sometimes cryptid sightings can be in very familiar forms. This video shows what appears
Oh,
to
is
be
that
an
like a
ordinary
lungfish?
poking its head out through a thick layer of mud and debris. Things get
Is
really
a
strange when the
mudfish
fish
or a
opens
mud
its
skipper?
mouth and smoke begins billowing out of its lungs.
Gnarly.
What could cause such bizarre behavior? Is this ordinary
Probably
looking fish some sort of
gases
freaky,
being
fire-breathing cryptid?
released.
One Reddit user
No.
attempted to debunk any
No.
such claims, asserting that the creature is simply a lungfish and that the behavior
Yes.
was normal for the species.
Yes.
However, others who viewed the video quickly pointed out that the evidence provided makes no mention of lungfish exhaling smoke, nor does any other internet resource.
It probably has to do with how
That
they
being the
breathe
case,
and
this
how
unusual fish may
oxygen
be in fact some
and
sort of
carbon
never-before
dioxide and
seen
all that
cryptid,
whatever stuff
an
is
animal
broken
yet to be
down, and
classified by modern science.
they've been trapped underneath that mud for so long, and it probably accumulates in a certain way, and that's how it's released.
Uploaded to YouTube by user Tim Bucky Ball, this footage is reminiscent of another famous genre of strange creatures, the lake monster. The video,
Oh, that
taken in
looks
South
like really
Haven, Michigan,
treacherous.
depicts a raging gale rocking the pier.
You're not kidding.
Seemingly washed up by the strong
Wow.
winds is an enormous slithering creature.
Where?
Dark and large in size when compared against the pier and lighthouse, the creature rubs up against the pier throughout the video. While the
Oh,
video uploader and many commenters maintain that the creature was likely a large lake sturgeon, which have been known to
yeah.
reach up to 200 pounds in weight and an impressive length of 7 feet, there is room
Wow.
for doubt. Lake sturgeons are typically not as flexible as the creatures shown in the video. In fact, a local veterinarian would go on to suggest that the creature was an eel or lamprey, although no such specimen has been reported to reach the impressive length of the creature captured in this video.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that couldn't happen.
While the footage is taken from afar,
I mean, usually the ones creatures that are that much bigger
perplexing. While the
are the ones that have, they live farther away from people. We just don't see them. And then it takes a big storm or something to wash them up. Maybe that's just what something happened.
200 miles to the east, has had its own resident cryptid reportedly living in the waters.
What the heck is that?
Nicknamed Bessie, supposed sightings of Lake Erie's monster have been recorded since 1793.
Oh, really? Lake Erie has something like that too?
Sightings haven't been produced in recent years.
Bessie?
Said to be around
Sister of Nessie?
feet long and a single foot in diameter, Bessie
How
has
much?
been spotted in the area over and over again, making it a cult favorite up there with Bigfoot. While it's unknown if Lake Michigan has finally become home to a distant relative of Bessie's, this video is certainly promising. Love to hear your opinions on this one in the comments section
That's
below.
probably just an eel. I'm willing to think that's just an eel.
Channel NVTV is known for posting videos of creepy encounters that people have had in dark and
This is a
scary
pretty good
places
video.
of the world. The channel
Got some good stuff in it.
footage of Bigfoots, Sasquatches, Yetis, skunk
I'm glad it
apes,
has
and
stuff
yowies.
that looks like,
They
it
believe
could
that
be
this
something,
video
but
likely
also
captured
stuff
evidence
that
of
it's like,
Bigfoot.
I don't
Others
think
who
so.
have watched the video believe that the creature
Little bit
is
of
more
everything.
likely a skinwalker or jinn.
Really?
The video was shot by
Are they in the
several
same
men walking in the woods
classification?
late at night.
If there are such
In the
things,
trees, they
skinwalker
spot
and
the
djinn?
creature and immediately begin filming.
Is
The
a
video is dark,
skinwalker
and all you
like
can see is the glowing
a
reflection of
Wendigo?
its eyes watching through the leaves. The men are clearly frightened as soon as they spot the creature. However, things go from bad to worse when they witness the creature's speed. It moves so quickly across the frame that the video has to be slowed down to see it properly.
What?
The quality of the video
see
isn't
anything.
great, but there's clearly something eerie hiding in the forest. Is it a Bigfoot,
I
djinn,
mean,
or
so
something
far
else
that just looks
entirely?
like
With only this
a
grainy
person
video to
in
go
black
on, we
with
may
glowy
never know what
eyes.
these men encountered on that terrifying night.
That's all I see.
In early 2018, this bizarre piece of footage first appeared online. It was captured
Flying
by a woman in the
humanoid?
northern Mexican state of Baja California and shows some sort of strange object flying through the sky.
Where?
The video, seen here, uploaded to the Facebook page UFO logo Pedro Ramirez, clearly shows an object. However, there's much conjecture over what it actually is. A UFO expert, Ramirez himself, suggested that the clip showed a tubular-shaped UFO that was flying over the city, monitoring recent
Maybe
rocket
that's
launches
just
from
like,
Earth. He added,
you
"Some
call
of
those
these space
drones,
missions have suspicious
drones or
objectives that
rockets
alien
or
beings are aware of."
something
Others
like
thought
that.
the mysterious flying object looked more like a humanoid figure flying vertically through the
No.
sky. If you look closely at the
No.
shape, it certainly does resemble a person with a jetpack.
I don't think so. No,
Sometime
it's
later,
too...
a more skeptical analyst even put
Look at
forward
the angles
idea
of
that
that.
the figure could have simply been a human-shaped helium balloon floating through the sky.
Right? Exactly.
After watching the video, it's easy to see how opinions could be so divided, and I'm sure the furious debate over the
Yeah,
object's
I
true
don't
identity
necessarily
will
see
continue
as
well into the future.
a human being in that.
So what do you
I'm more
think it
willing
could
to
be?
say,
Love
that's
to get your thoughts on this
probably a
mysterious piece of
balloon
footage
or a
in the comment
drone
section
or
below.
more likely a balloon.
In late 2015, a hunter in northern Saskatchewan, Canada, captured an encounter with an animal so gigantic it left zoologists baffled.
Never
The
heard of
short
it.
clip, captured on phone, shows a white dog named Trigger barking at something lurking in the grass. You can see a black head peek over the ridge. It looks like a big dog or wolf. Suddenly, the
I
creature
can't say
lunges
it's
at
a
the white
head.
dog, which retreats with a yell.
Oh, good Jesus. Is that a
The
wolf?
black wolf-like creature is enormous. It looks to be more than twice the size of the white dog. The animal is so big, in fact, some people have dubbed it a dire wolf. While a dire wolf
That
isn't a
thing is
cryptid as
huge.
such, because they actually did exist and have been thoroughly documented, the mysterious
Really?
thing is that dire wolves were thought to have gone extinct in the early Holocene period, more than 9,000 years ago. Could this
Okay,
video
well
show a
then
dire
maybe a
wolf
few
that has
stuck
somehow
around.
managed to survive deep in the Canadian wilderness?
That thing is huge.
Just how long can an animal survive after being
Wow.
butchered? That's the question that this disturbing video has
I
been
mean, there
raising
are some
since it hit
dogs
the
that are
internet
just
in July of
unusually large.
2019. In this
I don't
footage
know.
posted by Ree
Maybe it's
Phillips, we
just
see
a
a
wolf
plate of what
that's just
appears to be raw
unusually
meat on a
large.
table at a restaurant. However, this isn't a typical shot of an Instagram-worthy meal. As the diners watch in horror, the meat begins to move. It pushes itself off the plate and then falls to the floor as the diners scream.
No.
What could have caused this disgusting anomaly? Many have
The
argued that it's
nerves.
possible for an animal to live for quite some time after being butchered, and that
It's
muscle
the
spasms
nerves
are
in it.
actually quite common
Yeah.
after death. However, most viewers are reluctant to believe that a bit of meat could still be moving when it arrives on the diner's plate. The internet has
It
dubbed this
could.
piece of meat the zombie chicken, suggesting that something not quite natural propelled this patron's dinner from their plate.
I mean, that's...
In
Are you sure
2017,
that thing
footage
doesn't have
surfaced of a
worms in it?
strange humanoid creature seen in the
Big
jungles
giant
of
worms
Aceh,
moving
Indonesia.
around?
Captured on a GoPro, the video shows a group of motorbike riders as they're riding through the jungle, when one is suddenly knocked off his
What?
bike by the beast. It runs off down the track and the bikers give chase. As they turn the corner, the creature can be seen darting into the long grass.
I
The
don't
group
think that's a
dismounts from their
creature. I
bikes
think
and
that's
begins
just a
to search
person.
the area. After a few minutes, it becomes apparent that the creature has escaped. If you look closely at the video when the creature is first seen, it appears to be carrying some sort of long club or spear. Have these bikers actually captured
This is a
proof of some
stick.
sort of
That's a
undiscovered
person.
humanoid living in the jungles of
It's
Indonesia?
just
Or
somebody
is it just a well-planned hoax?
jacking with people who are on the trail.
Sticking with strange swimming creatures, in
Oh,
mid-2016,
I've seen this
striking
one.
footage emerged that seems to show a giant monster
No.
swimming through the murky waters of the Thames in London, England.
No.
A tourist
Unless
was
this
taking a ride on a
footage
cable car that
shows
did scenic
something
views
rising
over
up.
Greenwich when they
The
spotted
last
something
footage that I
unusual
showed, all it
swimming in
shows
the
is
water.
something kind of going
Just
down
opposite
into the
famous
water.
O2 arena, a
I think it's
gigantic
more like
object can be
something
seen
sinking
surfacing for a brief moment
into the water.
before diving back underwater. It appears to have several fins running the length of its back with a long neck.
You never
A
see
dark
it
shadow in the water hints at
surface
the
and then go
actual
down.
size
You
of the
just
beast,
see it
but sadly
go
only a
down.
glimpse
That's
can
what
be
I'm
seen.
saying.
Some think the creature could be a basilosaurus, an
No,
enormous marine
it is
animal
not.
that existed some 35 to 40 million years ago, that
I think
has
it's just
somehow
something
managed to
sinking in the
survive
water.
deep underwater. Others are, of course, calling the footage fake, claiming the beast has been digitally added.
What's
Could a
fake
giant
is that
prehistoric
hair.
animal really survive undetected for all these years and now be living in the River Thames?
You make it sound like it's
In
impossible.
November 2012, a man known only as Daryl claimed to have taken this photo while working the night shift at a material gas plant in Kennedy, Texas. He says that at the time he took the photo, there was only 4 people working at the facility. He
In that
first
big-ass
noticed the strange
facility, there's
figure when
only
he was
4
standing
people?
in the basket of a man lift and spotted something unusual swaying from side to side out the corner of his eye. By the time he managed to unhook his harness and get out of the basket, the creature had vanished. The
What?
police were called. However, after searching the premises, they were unable to find any trace of the mysterious figure.
Oh, the police
The
were
officer
called,
then
huh?
told Daryl that they had already received 26 phone calls related to UFO sightings that night. He sent the
You're
picture to a
kidding.
plant officer, and it was subsequently posted in the local newspaper. If you take
Well,
a
I
close
mean
look
that
at the photo, the creature appears to be somewhat shorter than a human. It looks as
you
though
can't
it's dressed
tell
in some
because
sort of robe or cloak, and it has
there's
large
nothing to
dark
give you
eyes and a
proper
dark
perspective
mouth.
on that.
Many who have studied the photo have divided
I
opinions
mean,
on what
it
the
just
creature
looks
could
like a
be.
human form.
Some claim it's an
That's all.
alien, others think it could be some type
No,
of supernatural entity, a ghost, or
no,
even a goblin. While the identity
no.
of this creepy cryptid remains unclear, there's little doubt that the photo has
You
captured
can't even
something
say
very
it's a cryptid.
strange. Could the
It's the
figure
human
really
shape.
be from another world, or is it more likely to
Doubt
have
it.
supernatural origins? Without
Not
further
likely.
information, this one will have to remain a mystery for the time being.
Probably just a person.
Since 1887, there have been stories of a werewolf-type creature stalking the woods of Michigan.
Dogman.
The beast has become known as
Dogman
the
isn't
Dogman.
it like anything
Over
similar
the
to a
years, there have been
wolfman?
numerous sightings of an enormous dog-like creature that is capable of walking upright on its hind legs. It's said to be muscular with a large head and powerful jaws. In 2004, a family were leaving a friend's place when they believed they encountered the Dogman.
Maybe it's a
They
wolf.
say they were reversing down the driveway in their minivan when a gigantic creature appeared out of the darkness. The youngest son, sitting in the back of the van, took out his camera and captured this astonishing photograph. The famous cryptid photo shows a dog-like beast. It has a strong, muscular torso, thick neck, and fierce, illuminated
can't
eyes.
really
It looks
tell
to be a
much.
hybrid blend of lion, dog, and bear.
Where are you getting all of this from?
Numerous
This
experts have analysed
grainy
this image and
photo.
are at a loss to
And all of
explain
a
it.
sudden you get
Some
all
have
of this
noted that
stuff
there
out of
appears
it.
to be faint
No.
brush strokes or touch-ups around the right arm of the beast. However,
Whatever.
others have defended the image, saying that the blurriness is caused
No.
by the motion of the animal leaping from the shadows. So why
It
are
looks
there so
almost
many specific reports
like
of the
a
Dogman coming out of
a
Michigan?
giant cat. It
Could
looks
there
more
really
like a
be
cat than a
species of
dog
giant
to
dog
me.
or wolf that is yet to be
Or maybe
classified
it's
by
this
modern science?
a panther or whatever you call it. Damn it, what do you call those?
These
Mountain
two short
lions,
clips, originally
pumas.
uploaded to YouTube channel NVTV,
It's one that's
were
a
filmed in
darker
the
color
Provo
than
Canyon
usual.
region in Utah.
And bigger
The first
size
clip is
than
very
usual.
brief, but shows a very
No,
large
things like
bipedal
that
creature
happen.
walking among the brush. The Bigfoot-like animal sits by a tree for a second, then seems to pick up a rock and throw it through the air. Sasquatch enthusiasts love this clip, as it's the first time anyone's captured a creature like this throwing an object. The second clip was filmed by BYU
Those
students
arms
who
look
had
really
been
long.
camping near Squaw Peak. One of the campers noticed a strange black beast lurking
It's
on
a
the ridge of the
curious
hill and
video.
started filming with their phone. The footage
I don't know what
is
to
a little
think about
blurry and unstable,
Bigfoot.
but does capture something unusual.
Except that my
The
aunt,
strange creature is obscured
my
by
aunt,
branches, so it's hard
when
to get a
I
good look.
was
It's possible
extremely
that this could just
small,
be a bear encounter.
had
However, at one point the animal does stand on its rear legs.
an incident
It
with
looks
the
to have long
Sasquatch.
arms that reach much lower than
She
most
was
animals.
with my uncle. Gosh, where were they?
Could this be the
Was it
infamous Sasquatch
Washington
that
or
hunters have
Idaho
been
or
looking
something?
for so many years?
Might have been Northern California even. Yosemite. But
On the 23rd
she
of
said
July, 2011,
it was
two boys
nighttime and
heard
there
some
was this
strange
awful,
noises
awful
on their
smell. Were
property
they in
and
a cabin?
decided
It
to
might have been a
investigate.
cabin.
They took some footage on their
And
phones, and this is their encounter.
there
As they
was
search
something
through
or
the
someone
darkness of their
outside,
rural farm, they can hear some eerie noises in
but
the
that the
distance.
smell was tremendously bad.
They can only see a few feet in front of them with a dimly lit torch. Eventually, they find a barn with graffiti scrawled
I'm inclined
across
to
the walls.
think
Something inside lets out a guttural squeal similar
Sasquatch
to
is
a wild boar.
probably
It's a chilling
real.
groan enough to
My
make your
aunt
blood
would not
run
lie
cold.
about something like that. She just would not. She wouldn't lie about anything. I trust her experience and her
The
opinion.
two boys hide
She
for a few
says that
seconds,
happened.
switching off
I
their
believe her.
torches. You can hear something scratching about behind the wall. For some crazy reason,
Sounds
the
like
boys
a
decide
hog.
to take a look. Inside the barn, they spot a humanoid creature lurking in the loft. It has a strange pale
What?
face with small eyes and a wide nose and bald head. It shrieks at them as they frantically run into the darkness of the night. What could this cryptid creature be? Some are calling it a demon, while others are saying it's
No.
an alien hybrid that's taken
You
refuge
know, it
in
could
the
be.
abandoned barn. Could this be
I
some
guess it
kind of
could
animal
be.
that somehow evaded human contact
Why is it
until
needing
now?
refuge, though, if that's what it is? It's an alien hybrid taking refuge.
This video
Why is it
uploaded
needing
to
refuge?
YouTube
Is it
by
lost?
user
Is it
Punji
crashed?
Papalang comes from a group that had not set out to
No,
record a
is it
mysterious creature.
visiting? Is it doing recon work?
In fact, this group had absolutely no intention of capturing video of anything other than frogs the night they
Oh, look
went
at that.
out. Instead, the
Frogs.
group was in a fortuitous position of having captured video of what they referred to as an alien-like creature. In real time, it's hard to spot the strange creature lurking in the darkness.
Oh, no,
When
it's not
slowed
that
down,
hard.
however, the video shows an odd humanoid creature creeping through the dark of the night.
That looks
Hunched over,
like
seemingly
a
with
person
claw-like
running.
hands extended, the creature moves
I don't
at
know
an
where you're getting
alarming rate
claw-like
until
hands
it's
from
just out of
this.
frame.
I don't see claws.
The video uploaders are quick
Human
to note
shape
that they had not seen the creature in
running.
real time as it was walking through. Shrouded in darkness and on the hunt for frogs, it's easy to see how they could have missed the odd creature until
I
it
don't see
came
how they
time
could
to
have missed
review
that.
the
I mean, you
footage.
think even peripheral
However,
vision, you
once
would have
one's
caught the
attention has been
movement.
drawn to the creature, its presence is bone-chilling. However, on their way back from releasing
Follow
a
it.
snake
Follow
towards
it.
the end of the video warns viewers that the mysterious creature was about to make another appearance. This time, it would not go unnoticed by the frog catchers.
Really?
Bravely, the men choose to make a run
Follow.
straight towards the oddly shaped creature, only to find it's too late. The creature is already gone. After the creature makes its escape, the men confer. All of them had seen the creature, with a few of them left in shock as to what actually they had seen. Upon review, with the
It's
video
interesting.
slowed down, an odd, lightly coloured creature is visible in the general direction the men are looking towards.
I don't know how you can call that odd. It's just like a human
The
shape.
seemingly alien-like creature
A
is
human
far too
shape.
fast for the men,
Where are you
and
getting
makes its
alien-like?
escape before they even
There's
get
not
close.
enough detail for you to say it's alien-like.
Meter Addison had apparently been hearing stories about the scary encounters that others had been having near the Umatilla Reservation in the Pacific Northwest United States. She comments that she's finally getting to hear what everyone else has been talking about. As she and a few men walk near the edge of the forest, a terrifying noise suddenly shatters the silence
I'm going to have
of
to
the
look
night.
that up. I want to know where this is. That sounds like
The noise
coyotes.
sounds like a burst of loud, eerie laughter echoing through the trees. The sound comes every few seconds at irregular intervals.
You sure it's not a coyote? Yeah, coyote.
So what could be making such a sound? Commenters have suggested a hyena or coyote,
I
but
wore
others
these
insist these
earrings
animals
that I
sound nothing
probably
like the
shouldn't have
laughter in
worn.
the video.
They were not
Other suggestions have
hypoallergenic,
ranged from Bigfoot
and now
to
my
witches haunting
ears
the
are
area near the
itching
reservation.
like you know what.
Meter Addison and her companions try to mimic the sound to call out the entity, but receive no reply.
It's not an entity. That sounds like a drunk caller.
The forest eventually quiets down, but the group is still too frightened to go any further into the woodlands.
Don't be frightened.
Well,
don't go in there because if it's coyotes, you don't know where there's one. There's probably more than one. Or are they solitary?
No
Maybe they travel in
things
twos.
caught on video would be complete without this piece
But
of chilling footage.
I don't think that's more than a
Uploaded
coyote.
to Cringy Parkour's YouTube channel in May 2017, the clip begins as the camera holder hears a scream coming from inside a sewer pipe and decides to check it out. With only his camera light
Are
to
you
guide
by
him, he
yourself?
makes his way deeper and deeper into the darkness.
Because if you
Suddenly,
are by
he hears
yourself
another
and
noise
you
that sounds like some sort of
decided
distressed, angry animal.
to go and check out this creepy noise, I'd have to say this is a setup. Because why in the world would anyone do that by themselves?
He calls out but gets no
Why?
response. He decides to continue. When out of the darkness, he's confronted by some sort of bizarre
Coming out
creature.
of the dark. Córrele!
At first, the video doesn't seem to have captured anything too scary as the creature only appears for a brief second. At this point, it would be easy to dismiss the footage as a hoax. However, if you slow the clip down and enhance the light, it becomes
because, like I
apparent that
said,
the boy
who
might
in
have
their
actually come
right
face-to-face with
mind,
something truly
by
chilling.
themselves, in the
creature
dark,
appears to have long,
hearing
almost
strange
insect-like
noises,
legs and a near featureless
in a
face,
place
except
where
for
they
its
probably
piercing
shouldn't
white
be to
eyes.
begin with? Who would go and do that?
The camera holder turns
Go and
and
check
runs
it out.
towards the
Come on.
exit as the beast can be heard
I mean, if you're
shrieking
with
behind
someone,
him.
I can see that happening, but not if you're by yourself.
Whatever this YouTuber has caught on camera certainly doesn't look like any known animal. Could it perhaps be
Except
some
for
sort
a
of
human
cryptid?
one.
Without further information, we may never know what is truly lurking in the depths of this sewer drain.
Creative people.
Several years ago, a bizarre event was captured on film in southern Vermont in the United States. several
It's
miles
Vermont.
north of Green Mountain National Forest.
Ooh, look how
It's
pretty
a fairly
that
remote
is.
area where several locals reported sightings of a strange creature with long limbs. Residents were finding livestock dead in their backyards
Oh,
with
well,
puncture
that's
wounds on their
not
necks.
good.
Chickens and other animals were also vanishing without a trace. Eventually, this
You
footage surfaced when two
have
kids said
a
they had an
large
encounter with an alien in a
predator,
local park. They claimed they were heading
medium-sized
home from a
predator,
party when they heard some strange
wolf,
noises. They took out
some
their
kind of
phones and this is
cougar.
the footage they captured. From behind a tree, a bizarre long-limbed creature begins to walk across the grass. It has a bulbous black head and slim body. The figure's hind legs look like that of a human, but most strikingly it uses two front
No,
arms to stalk eerily through the park. Initially,
that
the
looks
footage was
like
met with skepticism, but the boys are
a
adamant that the footage
person.
is genuine and hasn't been tampered with in any way. This clip,
No, that's a
coupled with the
person
reports
in
of
a
dead livestock,
freaking
surely
costume.
make for a chilling conclusion. Could an alien creature really be living in the hills of southern Vermont?
No, that just looks like a person holding on to
In
sticks.
Carbondale, Pennsylvania, locals have reported sightings of a strange creature lurking in the woods. They say it's a white Bigfoot, 6 to 7 feet tall with shaggy fur covering its entire body. Residents often hear strange noises too,
Pennsylvania.
low groans and rustling in trees. In 2008, this video surfaced and
Maybe
quickly
the trees are
went
getting
viral.
tired.
It was filmed by a man who heard noises coming from his yard that backs onto woodland.
Ooh.
In the clip, you can see a very strange-looking creature. It pauses for a split second,
Well,
then darts off into the darkness. It has deep
it's
black
an
eyes,
albino
a long
Bigfoot.
cone-shaped head, and is covered in white fur. Analysts have noted that this would be very
Well,
difficult to fake. The figure is unusually tall and
how?
has gigantic
Okay.
proportions. It moves
What do you
quickly
mean it would be
despite its
difficult to
large
fake?
frame,
I
and the
want to
face
know. Do you
contorts
think
and
it'd be
reacts,
difficult to
which
go get a
couldn't happen
costume
if
and
it
put
was
it on?
simply a mask.
Put on
It's
some
worth
makeup?
noting that Carbondale is the site for the first underground mine in the US. It's a vast network of
Well, maybe
deep,
something
dark
still lives
tunnels.
there.
Many believe it's possible that this creature lives deep in the mines and only surfaces
It is
to go
possible.
hunting.
Again, maybe it's one of those people that has that disorder
In
where they grow
2017,
hair
YouTuber
everywhere.
Bexon Production captured some very
Except this
creepy
one
GoPro
is
footage
albino.
while out riding his bike.
You never know.
In the video, he can be seen traveling along a bike path when suddenly a mysterious grey creature jumps out in front of him from on top of a wall. He narrowly avoids hitting the creature as he swerves his bike to the right.
Oh, that
The
looks
YouTuber
almost
claimed that he
like a...
actually
Wait,
saw the
where is
creature
this?
a few seconds before it appears in the video.
Sure it's not
It
a
was perched
lemur or
above him on the
something.
wall, and that gave him a few extra seconds to react when it jumped down in front of his bike. Initially, he thought it was just a dog. However, when he reviewed the footage, he realized that he had actually captured something else entirely. If you slow the footage down, you can see that the creature looks like some sort of grey humanoid. However, it's extremely agile and moves more like a cat. Just as it jumps from the edge, it makes
I
a
thought I
strange
saw a
noise.
tail on it. Looked like a
The
lemur
biker
to me.
stops to see what he almost hit, but by the time he turns around, the creature is gone.
Looks
What has
something
this
similar
biker
to a
actually
lemur.
captured on his GoPro? Is
Look
this
at,
evidence
you can
of
see the
some sort
tail.
of cat-like humanoid,
Totally
or
looks
is
like it.
nothing
No,
more
it's
than
not a
clever
cat-like
editing
humanoid.
job? What do you think this creature could be?
Yes, it's a primate.
The Loch Ness Monster, affectionately known as Nessie, is the most famous
Nessie.
aquatic cryptid in the world. However,
Oh, China's
other
got
cryptid
one too.
sightings in lakes and rivers in other parts of the
Everybody's
world
got a Loch
suggest that
Ness.
Nessie may have relatives living in bodies of water all around the
Right.
globe. At the Three
Course.
Gorges Dam Scenic Area, a popular tourist spot in Yichang City, China, a group of visitors captured some seriously freaky footage
that.
of what many believe to be a water-based cryptid similar to the Loch Ness Monster. In the viral video posted to Chinese social media site Weibo, we see the curious cryptid swimming near the top of the water. It moves in a
that's
serpentine
big.
fashion similar to that of a snake skimming across the water. Its
Yeah,
body
maybe
is
it's a big
long,
eel.
dark and slender, looking much like that of an eel in shape.
Yeah. Or an oarfish. Do they have oarfish like that
However,
over there?
estimates of its size suggest that this creature could be at least 10 feet long and is about as thick as
Yeah.
an average person's thigh. In addition, viewers have noted that the creature in the video
Well, eels
easily
can get
swims
pretty big.
against the strong current of the river. This indicates that the creature has a strong, powerful body, unlike any ordinary eel.
Because it's a bigger one than
There's been a
usual.
lot of speculation about the creature in
Maybe
this
that's
video.
due to
Some
pollution.
believe that
Maybe
the
it's
creature is
just
an
the type
ordinary
of eel
snake,
that
most
it is.
likely a Burmese
It could
python.
be.
This
It
type of
could
snake
be.
is common in the area and often grows to the size of the creature in the footage. However,
Mhm.
others have pointed out that the ridges on the creature's back are not consistent with the usual appearance of a python, insisting that this
No, it
footage
is
depicts
not. But
something
maybe
far
that's
more
just the
unusual.
light and the shadow in it, and it is a python.
This is a curious little clip that apparently shows a real unicorn grazing in a field in England. Unfortunately, it's not known where this footage was taken and details are scarce at best. In the distance, you can see what looks like two horses grazing in a
Maybe
field of grass, one brown and one white. However, it becomes obvious that the white
maybe it's a bad
horse-like
hair
creature
day for
has a
the horse.
single
Well,
horn
no,
protruding from its head. For centuries, man has been
that's,
describing a mythical beast with a
no.
single large horn. The ancient Greeks
Nah,
wrote about a
nah, nah.
legendary animal that could only be
Somebody's
tamed by a
playing with
virgin.
ya.
Their horns were said to have healing properties and could turn poison into drinkable water. Unicorns are also referenced in the Bible as remes, mystical creatures featuring one spiraled horn. It's written that King David rode a unicorn to heaven to
Where
avoid
is
the
this
threat of a
written that
lion.
King David rode
Unicorn
a unicorn?
enthusiasts all around the world are
Because I don't
rejoicing,
remember
claiming that this is the
any
first
story
hard
like
evidence
that
that their
in
favourite
any
piece of
Sunday
legend is
school,
actually
anything that I
real.
learned.
Could this really
It
be a
must be
glimpse
in
of the
some kind
fabled
of
unicorn?
unwritten lore, because I don't remember hearing anything like that about King David in the Bible.
Reddit user
I don't remember hearing
Remolark2
anything
took
like
to the
that.
internet when they captured two bizarre cryptid sightings on their home CCTV surveillance cameras. Because they live in a remote, out-of-the-way location, they don't often see
Right.
people on their camera
Oh.
footage that they aren't expecting. That fact makes the sightings in these videos even more difficult to explain. The videos show
Well,
what
but that
appears to be a
doesn't mean
large
they're
hulking person
unexplainable.
wearing an unusual ragged costume waddling around the property.
What do you mean
They
unusual
appear from
ragged? So
behind a
maybe it's
tractor,
just a
moving across a dirt path, and then
person
behind
who's a,
some barns
what
and
do you call it,
sheds
a
before
bag person.
disappearing once again.
And they're just passing through.
According to the Reddit user who captured the footage, the direction that the bizarre figure came from suggests that it appeared from a large field and not from the road leading to the nearby town,
Okay, so they
making
walked
it even
across
less
the field.
likely that the figure was a person who wandered onto the property. In
It could
addition,
be.
its abnormally large size and bizarre gait make the figure seem to be something other than human.
I don't think so. It just looks like a person who's got a lot of clothes on.
Numerous Reddit users have put forward
And it's
theories about
February.
the footage.
At least on the date,
Many have
it said what?
suggested that he's probably a
27
wandering
to
homeless man, and his
2019.
bulk is due to numerous layers of clothing to protect
Yes!
him from the cold. Others
Exactly.
have pointed out that the figure's garb brings to mind a Perkton or Kukeri ensemble. These are costumes often
What?
adorned by those celebrating pagan winter rites and are meant to signify
Oh.
demonic spirits. Other users believe that the figure in the video is being controlled by someone not in the footage, almost as if he's possessed
wrong
and
with
being used as a puppet. They suggest that
Where
his
are
feet
you
may
getting
not even
this
be touching
from?
the ground in the video, indicating
What
that something paranormal is
brand of
clearly happening.
imagination is this?
It may not be clear who or what the man, entity, or cryptid in this footage is,
It's not an
but
entity
the
or
video
cryptid,
is
it's a
certainly
person.
eerie nonetheless.
No, it's not. It is not eerie. It just shows a person crossing.
This clip,
That's all
caught
it
by Rick
does.
Grebenick and uploaded to his YouTube channel, has caused quite a stir across the internet. Published in August 2017 and filmed in an unknown part of the United States, this video seems to show some kind of cryptid creature lurking in a man's backyard. The clip begins with Grebenick ringing a friend and telling him that the weird creature is back. He's
Oh,
placed
come on
his
and show
iPad
the
against
footage.
the window and is filming the encounter. In the
Oh,
dimly
that
lit
is the
backyard,
footage.
you can see a
Arr.
bipedal creature lurching towards the house. It wanders around slowly as if sussing the area out. The man on the
You
phone
can
calls
barely
the creature
tell
demonic
because
and evil and believes it's come from a dense thicket of weeds at the back of the property. At
it's like a
one
person
point, the
to me.
creature retreats back into the darkness, but it soon returns, this time a bit closer.
That looks like a
begins to
person.
freak out while his friend on the other end of the line sounds as though he's chanting in another language.
What are you freaking out for? That's a person. They're messing with you.
The entity begins to retreat once more, then the phone
It's not an
cuts out.
entity. That's a
When
person.
the video was uploaded, it created significant debate about what the creature might actually be. Many viewers sided with
Human.
Grebenik and called it demonic, something not of this world.
How are you
Others,
getting
however,
demonic
noted
out of
Grebenik's
that
tone of
footage?
voice throughout the clip.
How?
It doesn't quite fit the emotion that someone might feel if they were really witnessing a demon in their own backyard.
Oh my god.
Because that's not what it
You
is.
should see this thing, Mike. Oh my god. Like a gargoyle.
Well, some
It's
people
like a
can be
gargoyle,
calm
man.
in times of
He's a little
stress.
freaked out, but mostly okay with it, which seems to suggest
Well,
that
what
it's
would
all
he do about it
staged.
anyways? What would majorly freaking
Another
out
portion
change?
of commenters thought perhaps it was a cryptid of some kind, an animal
No.
that is yet to be classified by modern science.
No.
So what do you think? Cryptid, demon, or hoax? Love to hear your opinions on this
A
one as
human.
well in the comments section below.
Just a person. No. Y'all scaring yourselves.
This found footage style video was posted to a YouTube
Oh,
channel
brother.
called Slender Truth
Found
in
footage.
2013. It claims to show a group of boys who were stalked and attacked by a Wendigo. In the footage,
Yeah, I
we
bet.
see 3 young boys exploring an abandoned house in an unknown rural setting. They search an
Okay,
old
so
shack that
where
looks like
was
it hasn't
this
been
footage
used in
found?
years.
Okay,
It's falling
found
to bits
footage,
full of
right?
rotting
So,
floorboards and
if
discarded
these
building
boys were
materials.
here in this
When they
place when
reach the
this
top
footage was
floor, an
taken, let's
uneasiness
assume that
begins
the
to
footage
build
was
as though the
found
boys
here.
are being watched by something.
So then what happened to the
Finally,
people
as
who
they
found the
descend
footage?
staircase, some kind of monster
And why
seems to
wasn't this
rear its
all
head
over the
into
news?
house. It
If
has
this shit
long,
was true.
slender fingers and a
Oh,
large, grotesque
brother.
face with deep eyes and a bat-like snout. The
Where
footage cuts
deep
abruptly,
eyes and a
suggesting that this
bat-like
creature
snout?
attacked the
No.
boys.
Where are you getting all
The
this
description in
detail?
the
Look
video
how
claims that
look
this
how
animal is a
jacked up
Wendigo,
that video
a beast
footage
from
is.
Native American
Where are
folklore
you
that is
getting
known to be
your
evil
description
with an
of detail?
insatiable bloodlust.
I want to know.
The clip has racked up over 11 million views, with a lot of viewers simply assuming it's a work of fiction. However, some
I
claim that
would
it's
think
genuine
so.
and that these boys have been
No.
registered as missing since 2013.
What a
Whether
load
that's
of
true or not remains
crapola.
unclear.
Well, it shouldn't be too hard to figure out. Come on
Bigfoot
now.
is not a singular phenomenon. Around the world, amateurs and cryptid hunters alike have captured photos and videos of
Now,
creatures
Russia's
that
got one
resemble the
too.
world's most
Well,
famous
everybody's
cryptid.
got all the same
According to
monsters,
YouTuber
just under
B&O,
different
this
names.
footage depicts a Bigfoot relative that's
What do
been
you know? We're
spotted on
not
a piece
different
of
at all.
property in the Russian wilderness for
We're
centuries.
even all afraid of the same
The land
things.
has been the property of the same
Go by
family
different
since
names,
the
but they all go bump in the
1700s,
night.
passed down for generations. The family has countless tales of spotting the creature scampering about their property, but this particular footage is one of their most compelling pieces of evidence that the
Scampering
Russian
is something
Bigfoot
small
is the
things
real
do,
deal.
right?
In the video, we see a large, dark creature running through the dense trees of the forest.
Show that again.
The creature is too far away to make out any distinguishing characteristics, but it's
Can't
clearly
really
too
tell.
large to be human.
Well,
In addition,
can't
it runs on
necessarily
two
say
legs at
that.
an incredible speed, a feat that
Yeah,
no
it's
known
quick.
animal would be capable of achieving. Is this evidence of a Bigfoot living in Russia? An even more compelling question might be, has the same
I don't know.
Bigfoot been living on the same property since the 1700s? This
That
raises
it's
interesting
not really
questions
good
about the lifespan of these mysterious
footage.
cryptids that we may
I mean, the
never be
quality
able
of
to
it is
answer.
not very good.
Love to get your thoughts on this fascinating piece of footage in the comments section below.
I mean, it could be a bear or something. No, maybe not.
If
That
you want
looks
to
like
see
it has
another one
long
of our mega
arms.
compilations, then check out that link on the top there. Otherwise,
Interesting.
This playlist here will keep
Okay.
you entertained for
Okay, that
hours
was a
and
good one.
hours. Now, in the
I mean,
comments
it had
section
some
below,
really
let us know whether
cheesy
you're
stuff
enjoying
on
these
there.
longer videos or not. We'd love to get your feedback.
Some things that I
And
don't even
that's
know
it for
how
me.
they
I'll
make
see you
it
all next
on
time.
to the final cut, but okay. I mean, you got to have a little bit of everything. It's another good one. Another good one. Yes! Keep it coming. Have a good night.